oportunidad de exponer este PowerPoint sobre CALEM. Ha tenido lugar el segundo seminario. You're going next to Brussels?
Brussels was this weekend, and Paris was yesterday.
Ha estado en Bruselas y ahora va de Madrid a Lisboa.
So, in the name of God, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah Nabi al-Ummi al-Mustafa. So, we begin our presentations with a prayer on the Prophet of Muslims, because even though L.Zahed and that CALEM dynamic that we have built, that we are building, is a secular one. We insist on the fact that we have the right, as homosexuals or lesbians or transsexuals, to have a point of view on what Islam is.
Comenzamos con una oración porque creemos que todos en el nombre de Dios tenemos una oportunidad para expresarnos. Dice en el nombre de Dios, el compasivo, el misericordioso, nos bendiga y nos dé paz sobre Mohamed, el profeta levantado por nuestro Señor.
And once again, there is that huge debate now in France about secularism.
Y ahora mismo hay un debate entre secularismo.
And it's not because we are LGBT that we don't have the right to have a point of view on our Islam.
Y no es porque seamos LGBTB porque tengamos derechos de acceso al Islam.
As a culture or as a spirituality.
Como culturalmente o espiritualmente.
So, that presentation has been prepared by our board members.
La presentación ha sido realizada por el comité de la asociación.
And it's available on internet.
Y está disponible en internet.
You have the address on the right of the presentation.
Tenéis la dirección en la parte derecha de la presentación.
So I'm going to go through pretty quickly on those subjects to give you an idea of what we do at L.Zahed and why did we create that conference calendar that you have a file here, a presentation that I'm going to put through.
Vamos a hacer una rápida presentación de varios puntos y de lo que es CALEM en general.
And all the documents also are on the website. You can find here a presentation of the organization L.Zahed.
Toda la presentación está en la web y podéis acceder también a una presentación de HM2F.
And also a green book that we publish every year on the 17th of May, International Day Against Homophobia and Transphobia.
Y un libro verde que se publica anualmente el 17 de mayo, que es el día contra la homofobia y transfobia.
So there is a theoretical part in those books about Islam and homosexuality.
Hay una parte teórica en estos libros sobre islamismo, musulmanes y orientación sexual.
From an anthropological, historical and theological point of view.
Desde puntos de vista antropológico, teológico, theological, anthropological and historical.
And there is at the end of the book testimonies of queer Muslims from France.
Y tenéis testimonios de gays al final de
Thank you. So, quickly, history of the creation of L.Zahed that has been created in January 2010, and before that we were a group within a Christian, the Christian organization of France, la Fédération d'Antan.
Pues brevemente, HM2F, la Asociación de Musulmanes de Francia, se creó en enero de 2010. Previamente tenían un encuentro a través de un grupo cristiano, David y Jonathan, inclusivo.
So we are still working with our sister organizations, Jews and Christian LGBT.
Todavía se trabaja con judíos y cristianos LGTB.
We've been to Jerusalem 1 month ago with those organizations. We were 50 people to go there.
Hace un mes han estado en Jerusalén con estas organizaciones, estuvieron unas 50 personas.
To encounter gay and lesbians, Palestinians and Israelis.
Para encontrarse con gays y lesbianas palestinos e israelíes.
And to the holy
para visitar la Tierra Santa.
but we need also a specific place to address that specific issue of relationship between Islam and sexual and or gender diversity.
Pero necesitamos un lugar específico para direccionar la problemática entre Islam y musulmanes LGTB.
So now we have more than 250 inscribed members on our list.
Tenemos más de 250 miembros inscritos en nuestra lista de la web.
It's a big diversity, women, men, of course, transgender people, sympathizers through Facebook or YouTube channels.
Hay una gran variedad, mujeres, hombres, transgénero, simpatizantes.
From different cultures, so they're not all from North Africa. They are from sometimes Caribbeans converted to Islam, or from India or Pakistan or Southern African countries.
No solo es norte de África, sino también Sudáfrica, Sudáfrica, indios, Pakistán.
So the aim, of course, the first objective is to sustain the queer Muslims, LGBT Muslims, or from a Muslim background, so they are not alone to face homophobia or Islamophobia.
El objetivo o la meta principal es atender, dar un lugar a los musulmanes gays o gays que tienen un background musulmán y que tengan un espacio.
So the final aim of that dynamic of CALEM that we do in Europe now or L.Zahed in France is to work for an inclusive Islam.
La meta es, de CALEM es trabajar para un Islam inclusivo.
And a secularism that is truly respectful of all beliefs.
Y el secularismo que respeta todas las creencias.
Because it's a double discrimination that we are facing as queer and as Muslims.
Nos estamos enfrentando a una doble discriminación como musulmanes y como gays.
And it leads sometimes to self-destructive behaviors.
Lo que lleva a comportamientos autodestructivos muchas veces.
So we have precise rules in our meeting to share the information in all confidentiality. That's very important.
Hemos establecido reglas para tener confidencialidad en nuestras decisiones.
And we respect all points of view, of course.
Respetamos todos los puntos de vista, por supuesto.
And in our ethic, we say that there's not one unique answer. Everyone has to find his own answer in contact with other queer Muslims.
Y en nuestra ética decimos que no hay solo una respuesta, sino que cada uno puede encontrar su propia vía, su propia respuesta.
And on the CALEM website, there is a short ethic also presenting the fact that we do not recognize any religious authority, or we are independent for any political party. We are not doing politics, and we are not also submitted to any financial sponsor.
En CALEM se especifica que somos políticamente independientes, no estamos sometidos a ninguna jerarquía o religión o a un sponsor que financie la asociación.
So let's talk about homophobia as Islamophobia. And if you have any question concerning the slide, you can of course ask me right now, or if you want me to develop a point, you can ask later. So
que si queréis vamos a hablar de homofobia e islamofobia, y si respecto a cualquier diapositiva tenéis una duda le podéis parar y preguntar.
One of the first demand from the members of L.Zahed at the beginning, when I founded the organization and called people to come, they came, and many people were talking about respect.
Una de las principales demandas o peticiones con las que se han encontrado en la asociación de la gente que se acerca es respeto, tener respeto.
And when you are facing double discrimination like Islamophobia and homophobia, you try to think, where does it come from?
Y cuando nos encontramos con esa doble discriminación de islamofobia y homofobia, bueno, uno se plantea que por qué y de dónde viene todo
So that my presentation as a psychologist, my background is psychologist, I'm doing a PhD in anthropology now on that subject, on Islam and homosexuality.
Está haciendo un doctorado en antropología sobre este tema.
And that was one of my first presentation in L.Zahed about infra-humanization. Why, when you are queer or Muslim or both, some people, some extremists, are trying to say that you are not human enough for them.
Y esa infrahumanización es uno de sus estudios, de sus primeras presentaciones en la asociación.
So, theoretically, pretty quickly, infrahumanization is a social phenomenon that is not specific to Islam or to Muslims societies.
La deshumanización no es un fenómeno que se dé solo en el Islam, sino que se da en todos los sectores sociales.
It's an unconscious belief that leads the majority to exclude what they consider out-group, someone who is different.
Es como una creencia inconsciente que hace excluir al que es diferente.
The people that produce that infra-humanization, they don't do it on purpose. It's unconscious.
La gente que hace esto no lo hace a propósito, es inconsciente.
And they think that they have the right to do so, and they are not guilty about it. They don't feel guilty about it.
Y no se sienten culpables, creen que tienen el derecho a hacerlo.
It's an animal instinct that is that the roots are in the fears of the people that are producing those infrahumanizations.
Es como un instinto animal que se encuentra ligado al miedo que da lugar a esa deshumanización.
For example, the Arabic countries are facing now for decades civilizational issues.
Los países islámicos durante décadas están enfrentándose a problemas con la civilización de identidad.
So some of them, the more extreme of them, are trying to find scapegoats.
Entonces los más extremistas están buscando a quién culpar.
Like women or lesbians or gay, transsexuals.
Como las mujeres, los transexuales, los homosexuales, las lesbianas.
So there's no, they say that we have no emotion, no spirituality, no faith.
Dicen, es como si dijeran que no tienen emociones, no hay fe, no hay espiritualidad.
And that has been psychological studies that has been done in the USA with black people, Afro-American people since the 50s, 60s that began there.
Las mismas situaciones se han dado en grupos, esto se ha puesto en estudios de psicología en América con grupos afroamericanos u otras minorías.
In South Africa, under the apartheid.
En Sudáfrica con el apartheid.
And this is something that I am trying to apply in my research now for homosexual Muslims.
Y esto es algo que trato de aplicar en mi investigación para el caso de los musulmanes LGTB.
That illusion of infrahumanization, that majority telling you are not human because you are different.
Esa ilusión en el caso de que una mayoría te está diciendo que no eres lo suficientemente humano.
It could go far as genocide or killing people because they are different, they say.
Puede llegar hasta extremos como genocidios o matar a gente porque son diferentes.
So about sexual minorities, it's very important for Muslims like Tariq Ramadan. This is a part of his article about Islam and homosexuality.
Esto es una parte del artículo de
Tariq Ramadan.
De su estudio sobre Islam y homosexualidad.
Do you know Tariq Ramadan here in Spain?
Sí.
Yes.
Sí. No, I thought there's many people like him, but radical like him. They say radical. But I caught him because many people know him in Europe. So it's a kind of illustration. But he's not the only one. I don't want to point at him specifically.
No es el único en Europa, pero bueno, lo han nombrado porque es uno de los más conocidos.
And with all the problems that we are facing in Europe these days, he thinks that homosexuality is the biggest for Muslims.
Y con todos los problemas que estamos encontrando, él cree que
So we are trying with those extremists to install a peaceful dialogue, to be visible.
Entonces estamos intentando establecer un diálogo pacífico con estos extremistas.
And to remember that word, that term, homosexuality, has been invited in the 19th century by European doctors and psychiatrists.
Y recordarles que el término de homosexualidad ha sido creado en el siglo XIX por doctores o psiquiatras.
So once again, to say that homophobia is Islam,
Entonces, una vez más, decir que homofobia es Islam
it's a schizophrenia,
es una esquizofrenia.
because they do not remember that Islam used to be, before the modern era, very erotic in a way.
Porque no se acuerdan que antes de la era moderna el Islam era muy homoerótico.
So that's an entire process that we are trying to build on a long term with that CALEM conference, especially now in Europe, to gather several other organizations to work all together.
Es un largo proceso que a través de CALEM están intentando lograr a través del trabajo conjunto con varias organizaciones.
And we are trying to promote knowledge and collaboration.
Y tratan de promover conocimiento y colaboración.
And to fight back peacefully every kind of extremism.
Y enfrentarse de forma pacífica contra cualquier modo de extremismo.
So, is Islam a homophobic religion by nature? This is a true question that I've been asking myself for years.
Esto es una pregunta que me he estado preguntando durante años. ¿Es el Islam homófobo por naturaleza?
When I was a teenager, I studied the Quran in Arabic. I learned half of the Quran. I was very practicing Islam at that time.
Cuando era adolescente estudié el Corán, practiqué.
And when I recognized the fact, I faced the fact that I was homosexual at 18 years old.
Y cuando me enfrenté con el hecho de ser homosexual cuando tenía 18 años,
For me, it was impossible because they told me all my life that it was wrong, that it was a disease, that it was, homosexual people were guilty.
para mí fue como imposible, porque claro, me habían dicho toda la vida que era una enfermedad, me sentía culpable.
So for me, at that time, with my limited knowledge about Islam and about human psychology, about history,
Entonces en ese momento, con mi limitado conocimiento de psicología, de Islam, de historia,
I violently rejected Islam once and for all for 10 years.
rechacé el Islam violentamente durante 10 años.
At 19 years old, I've been infected by HIV/AIDS.
A los 19 años fui infectado por VIH,
So it was even harder for me to find out who I am.
por lo que fue incluso más duro, más difícil para mí encontrar quién era yo.
So then I get back to spirituality.
Entonces volví a la espiritualidad.
I've been to Tibet because I thought that Buddhism was a very peaceful religion.
Fui al Tíbet porque creía que el budismo era una religión o una filosofía muy pacífica.
And then I learned that some of them think that women have a bad karma, that's why they have been reincarnated in women.
Pero luego me encontré que muchos piensan que los que son mujeres es porque han tenido un mal karma, o los que tienen un mal karma se reencarnan en mujeres.
Or that homosexuality is unnatural.
O que la homosexualidad no es natural.
So I figured out that everywhere you go you can find extremists, and you can find that kind of political use by patriarchal elite of spiritual beliefs.
Entonces llegué a la conclusión que a cualquier lugar donde nos aproximemos vamos a encontrar extremismo y estructuras patriarcales.
And I've been to Mecca to get back to the source of Islam. I didn't know why.
Fui a la Meca